So I am online. It's really weird because I'm not showing up on my own Twitch monitor. Or is it now? Now it is. Okay. Thank you. Yep. That was really weird. First time I've ever seen that. I started the stream and it didn't show up on my monitoring screen. Really strange. Thank you for letting me know. I'd have been trying to figure out the problem when there in fact wasn't one. Thank you. I can count on you to debug my computer problems. Help me do so anyway. Real life problems? Yeah, I think I'm out of luck. Let's play. That was strange. I mean, hundreds of streams. Almost 4 years of doing this, and that's the first time I've ever seen that. I just had to reload the browser tab. Weird. I'm going to settle for weird. Hey, fat buddy. How about now? I had not moved my microphone. It's something I've been awarded Overseer Boost to Season 5. Okay, that is a thing that it is. I haven't done anything with the Overseers yet. Let me go ahead and put my harvestables away and the cosmetic bits and pieces I'm keeping away. And then we can get on with the daggering of the devious, devilish ne'er-do-wells. Okay, it started with an N, but it had a D in it. I'm going to take a sec here. It's going to be fascinating to watch. I don't think... No, that doesn't work. No, I think you actually have to drag. Click and drag. How very 1980s of you. Not of you, I mean more generically. Of things, of the game. Cabbages. And when I say cabbages, I don't mean them. I cannot move this into my... Oh, it's a quest. It's a questy bit. Have to hold on to the questy bit, I suppose. Mustn't I? Oh, these can go in there as well. Get those out of my bags. A little bit of tidying up never hurt. And now we'll head back to where we were questing. Happy Tuesday. My apologies for missing yesterday. I was at a last second thing that was going to happen, and then at the last second it fell through. And while I could have streamed, I was not in the good headspace to do so. But I'm in my normal headspace. Whether that's good or bad is, of course, a matter that is up for debate, discussion. I've got a new rug. For my house. Do like the housing system in EverQuest 2. I really think Guild Wars 2 has missed the bag. Missed the boat, missed the train, missed something by not putting housing in. Of course, I feel the same way about WoW. You have all these great in-game assets that people see a few times, and that's it. Housing is, it's not a feature that everyone likes, but for the people who like it, it has incredible stickiness. I got a new cloak. Papa's got a brand new cloak. Well, that's going to get me a dagger. I would like the dagger. How's the cloak look? It's, wow, what a piece of crap. That's an incredible, awful piece of crap looking cloak. Holy, insert your choice of word here. That is really an ugly piece of crap. Reduce Ev gets the Ancient's health. That's him. Should speak to Belinda McClellan in Butcher Block Bay. Yeah, that's where that's a breadcrumb quest to take us to the next map. Although there are a number of different maps you can go to. There, let's get out my lovely beefster egg. There we go. I now have my pet following me. And we get to go swimming again. Let's make sure that there isn't anything else we have to talk to these guys about. I don't think so. I think we just have to go into the caves and, ooh, shiny. Two more to go and I'll finish out that shard collection. Looks like no more questy bits here. Let's combat arts, sneak. I want to be sneaky. At some point, I'm going to have to actually go through my hotbar and tidy things up. I speak Orcish like a native. Unfortunately, I speak Orcish like a native of California. That's a looker, that cloak, I tell you. A rare thing where the cloak looks better if it's clipping, because you can't see as much of it. I will use my totem. I'm a manta. I'm a manta with an egg. Well, a beaster egg. Which is kind of like an oversized Easter egg crossed with a mimic. Alright, we've got the bubbles. The bubbles is where the cave entrance is, more or less. We'll avoid any of these swimming orcs who apparently have gills or aqualungs, one of the two. Yeah, I know. Go away. Go away, kid, you bother me. My swimming. Even though I'm in manta form, oh good, he has a freaking root. You see? I didn't want to kill him. I didn't want to. I swimming? I hit the cap. Okay, here we are. So, what do we have to do? Let's make sure that we have all of the stuff. Nap time for Evgus. Alright. Watch out below. Repeatable. I don't want to do the repeatable, I don't think. Break off glimmering vellum crystals. Oh, I don't think I've done that one once, so that's okay. Flawless core, so I've got to slay Velenoid Smashers. I've got to kill some orcs, right? Rygor Tunnelers. I may have to go to a different location on the underground here. In fact, that's the last of the Coke. Water. Or possibly vodka. It's water. I'm a sneak sea devil. And here is a Velenoid Smasher who really, really does look like he wants to be smashed himself. So I did not find any quest items. I did not get any of the ores. Oh, lovely. This is the first time I've gotten a quest that doesn't always give you the thing you're looking for. I got a flawless Velium core and a studyable bit. I accept the quest, I examine it, I study it, and it gives me this, which I don't want to track, but I do want to have. Lots of smashers around. Let's go to a place where we can get a smasher who is not going to bring a friend. It's got another core. Nice. I like cores. If they're flawless and they progress the quest. Sell that. That's less interesting. Something I can just sell. That's not fun, really. You know. Stealth up. We need like 3 more of the. Did I not just say not to track that? Maybe I must have picked up a second part of it. I guess. Don't know. Looked like he suddenly realized, hey, somebody's here right next to me. Another flawless core. Oh, there's something I've got to do with those. Crystals up there, too. I don't remember what it is. I need to be, like, right under them. Do I not have the quest for that yet? There it is. Didn't I like pick up 3 of these? 5 of them. No, that's a higher level one. I don't have a quest to kill the higher level one. I think they're the ones that defend the boss mob that I do need to kill. One, I think. There. I'm really good at throwing a pickaxe. Not a skill there's a whole lot of calling for, but evidently I'm really good at it, so that's a thing that it is. Got 2 of them. Didn't want 2 of them. Get him. Didn't want him either. Another alternate advancement point for me. I have gained a new ability, remarkable something, rank 4. In Shanghai. Again, we keep getting the lore every time we get one of the drops for it. We'll go in here and maybe we can X out the boss rock. Evgis. Let's see, where's Evgis? Reduce Evgis, the Ancient's health, and then cast the Elemental Lullaby upon it. 20% life or less. Oh, God, I hate these kind of quests. And, of course, I forgot. They detect you. Below 20%, yes. How about now? I returned him to slumber. I found a golem core shard. Yeah. I know. We'll go ahead and stealth back up in case he respawns. And get out of his line of sight. What do we get? We got a skeletal bone shards. Not as good as either of the charms I am currently using. Sad to say. His drop was crap. I have a couple of speak tos and a return to. I need 2 more of the big crystal drop things from the ceiling. And I'm pleased to see that they do appear to respawn. Funk. And again, just as soon as I get anywhere near them, they suddenly move to where I am and then aggro. The little bastards. Funk. See? I was not within range of him. But does he care? No, he doesn't care. And the other guy too. Alright. You want some too? I got some for you here. Tell you, they're all jerks. Return, and I also have to slay some Rygor tunnelers. Now, mind you, my first trip into this little underground, undersea cave area, I had to kill a whole bunch of them for one quest. And like 2 tiers of quests later, I get it. Oh yeah, I need to kill those guys. Quest. Archaic mechanic. But we're going to kill some tunnelers. We've got to kill 7 of them, 8 of them, something like 8 of them. Yeah. Grenadier, Shaman. Shaman can see through my stealth because, well, they're jerks. However, these are level 17 critters. They should die fairly easily. Even dropped a belt. That was thoughtful of him. Not as good as the belt I'm currently wearing, but still, it's the thought that matters, you know. That's 2. As I'm sneak to see again. Treasure chest. Ow! He carries a treasure chest on him and it's trapped. Who does that? Only an orc who thinks he's gonna die. Otherwise, why would you do that? Okay, he had a treasure chest on him too. This one's not trapped. I think that's an earring. It is. It is a tiny bit better than one. Well, 10 resistances, sure. I don't want the guy to feel like he died for nothing. You know, that would be demeaning. To have that feeling that the man who killed you didn't even care about the loot you were carrying. It would be rude of me. So I don't want to. I don't want to be that kind of a murderer. One more to die. I mean, one more has to be murdered. I mean, crap. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill him. And it's gonna be. I forgot. I keep forgetting. I do keep forgetting. Him. And the tunnel will be the last of the tunnel. And his treasure chest set me on fire. All these guys figure they're going to die at work. Chain gloves of the shadow sneaker. Well, I've got to say that kind of does apply to me, and it's got better stats. Is it as cool looking? Maybe not. We'll hold on to the old ones. But higher stats. Stats matter. Let's see. Speak to, return to, return to, return to, and return to. All right. We have all the quests done. Well, I'm not sure. One of the guys we have to talk to is down here, and he might have another quest for us. Still, we successfully murdered everybody we were supposed to murder. Oh, avoid the shaman. Please don't squeeze the shaman. That's a really old joke that you'd have to be really old to get. Well, once again, we use, I believe, our next to the last charge of our polymorph device to change our shape into that of a manta. A flippy flappy manta. Or 5 quests to turn in. Glorious. That's one of the undiluted joys in an MMORPG is having a half a dozen quests to turn in at once. I saw somebody had a picture up of their mini-map or their in-game map on Reddit where they had basically done everything the zone had to offer that weren't follow-up quests. And he had, I don't know, 50 or 60 quest turn-ins showing up on his map. unsneak. And now we're a flippy flappy manta that can fly. The coolest sort of manta. A sprightly beaster egg. I receive a sprightly beaster egg. Huh. I didn't think you could, well, didn't really know. Where's the beaster egg? Oh, just remove the extra. That's right. Remove the extra. Clear. He didn't have a quest for me. Knut did. Shade's tunic. Not as good as what I'm already wearing. Sad to say. He's got it gets me a mount. Got it. Sometimes you feel like a Knut. Yeah, I gotta do that one. Get myself a... What does it look like? No, I think you're right. But on the other hand, it's a Norathian manta, and they may be entirely different. Let's get rid of the... So I can see myself and see what this new chest piece looks like. It looks exactly the same. I'll keep wearing... Oh, the reason it looks exactly the same is because I'm wearing one in my appearance slot. If we move that to here, that's my current actual appearance. Is that any different? No. Okay. I like that. What, you think they had maybe a little plastic surgery? Well, you know, if you're a witness in a criminal trial and you know they're going to be coming after you, I guess you'd grab for any ray of hope. Another rug. These people love to give out rugs. He wants more vellum. Oh, that one is the repeatable that I'm not interested in repeatabling. Hi, Hilfred. We grow up so quick. This is an improvement on my secondary charm. For those of you who say I have no charm, clearly that's not the case. I have two. Grizz. I have to wear Grizz and do something. Remember that. Geode crafting. Search the Velenoid catacombs again. I'm going back down. Then I need another charge on. My totem of ice-clad manta. Not sure who I got that from.
Hail to ye!
Hail to ye!
Hail to ye!
Okay. Everyone's all hailing me to the ye.
Hail!
Well, at least you didn't hail me to the ye.
Good day to you.
Nothing to repair. Wow. his buyback remembers my stuff from yesterday. That, wow, you don't see that very often in an MMO. Most of the time that stuff is gone if you leave the map, certainly. But to still be there the next day, that's a real surprise. Provisions and weapons. Where do I get the damn... I guess I need to check real fast. Totem of the Ice-Clad Manta. Grants fish vision, allows the caster to breathe underwater. Doesn't say. No real information on the quest. That's less helpful than it might be. That's not helpful. I'm so used to Wowhead or the Guild Wars 2. Comments. No comments. Where they actually have, you know, useful information. Wowhead is a great resource if you play WoW. Come on. You're not an old timer if you don't remember Alakazam. Or, oh my god, what was the first one? There was one before Alakazam, too. There's a clickable item near the quest giver. Interactable rock in Craggan's Mine, where you first found Thering. You can only see if you don't already possess the totem. So if I drop the totem, if it's not there, it should appear. Oh my god, what was the first one? Oh, I can remember. I can visualize the original. Thank you, Thoughtbot. That's the one I was trying to think of. Thank you. Well done. Well done. Alright, well, I don't see it anywhere, so we destroy it. And it does indeed appear, and you can get another totem. Okay, good. Then I'm set. We're going downstairs again. Let's see, you should speak to Belinda. That's right. Return to Tori. She's up there. If you can listen to Grizz, perhaps he can guide you. I have to actually wear Grizz on my head. Which doesn't show up because of my wardrobe or appearance choice. That's what it looks like. Not a terrible look. Goes better with the raggedy ass cloak I'm wearing. But still, I'd rather look cool. So I have to listen to Grizz and search the Velenoid. Sometimes you feel like a mute. Where do I have to go? Well, we're in Grizz. Explore the caves and tunnels within Demon's Delve. Okay, well, we're headed back down to Demon's Delve again. Now, it's weird that they give you this item, which has 5 charges. And what's weird about it is that each time you use it, you've got to use it once to go in and once to leave. Which means you're going to end up with 1 charge. And if you use that to get in, you'll drown trying to get out. I proved that the other day. You can always get another one, but you have to delete the one that has 1 charge left to get 5 more charges. They should have, logically, set it up to have an even number of charges, or enough charges that you could do it, because I think it's 4 times you have to go in and out. 5 times? 4 times, I think, you have to go in and out. So maybe give you one with either 6 charges, or 4 charges, or 10 charges. But not 5. That's just dumb. Because I don't think it says anywhere that if you throw it out, you can grab another one. And if you've got a charge on it, you can't grab another one. You can't even see it to click it. And this guy is almost certainly going to attack me. I was going to stealth, but didn't have time. At some point, Knut's gonna, or not Newt, what's his name? Grizz. Grizz is gonna talk to me. Prey trail cold here. Ack, I can hear you. Yes, Grizz real, Knut's friend. I will never doubt him again. So the whole time we thought Knut was crazy, arguable, actually his hat was talking to him. And now it's talking to me. Let's see. Search the catacombs and try attaining rare cerise crystals. Is that like anywhere in here? That's if I'm listening to Grizz. How about if I check the map? That's where we'll find the crystals. Prey's trail goes cold. Tell me when it gets warm. Oh, have we ever gone in there? That's the repeatable. God damn it, we already did that. And I didn't want to do that again. Now time for Evgus. We completed that. Okay, so all we have down here then is Knut's quest. No smell. Prey nearby. We'll keep looking. Well, I'll keep looking. Prey trail's cold here. Good tip. Ugh, god damn it. Oh, we got an additional one. I'm just so lucky. 4 of them. Three of them. Knock them all down. Stupid orcs. Ah, Steve Irwin jokes. You know, I can't remember exactly what the joke was, but there was a Steve Irwin joke that was fucking hilarious. Prey is within striking distance. Thank you, Grizz. What am I looking for? Search the discarded rock. I smell our prey here. It spent much time bedded down at this location. Not here anymore. It has moved on, but we are on its trail. Where to next, Grizz? Deeper. How insightful. Make sure. Okay. No shaman. We're heading in here. Prey is close. That's good to know. Haven't tried. Smell of prey nearby. I'm relieved to hear that. Alright, we don't want to get too close to him. This is it. Strike our prey. The black shard? I said strike. Claw to bits. Tear it open and spill its guts on the ice. I don't think it has guts. But we'll rip it up anyway. I destroyed a necromantic totem. Returned to Knut Orkbane. Now that I have destroyed the necromantic crystal the orcs had within the demon delve tunnels. While we're at it, we're going to kill the mastermind here. On account of... I don't know. Because why not? Yeah, I think that'll do it. Why not? An adept medium strap. A strap on? It's got better skills. I have a new belt. Return to Knut. Return to Tori. And speak to Belinda at the Butcher Block Bay docks. That's a good point. Yeah, and okay. Next time, I'll take skinning. Another player down here. They're a level 18 Fury. Why so angry? Ah, Tetrodotoxin has discovered my one and only emote. The one that I can't remember if it's lens pog or pog lens. I made that myself. Hard to believe with such a professional lens pog. Hard to believe with such a professional looking product, but I made that myself. I can prove it. There you go. It goes. The funny thing about the game is that in the past, I've always enjoyed it, but I get to a point with a character most of the time where the quest flow gets gummed up. Either I go to one of the older zones and the quest flow doesn't flow as well as it does, say, in this zone for the most part. Oh, this zone is big on sending you back to a same location you have been previously multiple times. But that's not that unusual for an older game. So the highest I've ever earned a character to is 40. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the older school games, that was really common. And I can see it for something like a dungeon or raiding to a limited amount. Like you've got to get in and you get the key to be able to go deeper the next time. but not to the number of iterations that they would have. And for questing, I think it's an actively bad one. But yeah, Doldinan would be an ideal example of the same. Level 5's pretty quick. Well, I mean, it is an older game. It's going to have some of the kludginess you're going to have in an older game. I am about to have my first mount on this character. I can put my hat back on. I have a chair for the house. I don't have to sit on the floor anymore. Yeah, the UI is problematic, although once you get the hang of it, you can save the UI and just use the same UI on all of your characters. So and then customize it from there. So that's a good win. I can't think of anything specifically like that. That sounds more Canucket like sort of a game function you would get out of, as far as a computer game goes, in sort of a roguelite, where as you play through, the individual play sessions are relatively short, but each time you open up more of the game, either through progression on a character, or opening up options, or opening up, more content. So it sounds more like that than any MMO thing I've ever heard of, but it is certainly possible it has been done in an MMO before. Can't use that yet. We go to mounts. We take our new Halasian courser whistle. We put it there. And we press this button, and, ladies and gentlemen, I have a pony. For pony. Sometime you just want to ride and let the wind flow through your scalp. It's got a saddle. If you need a blanket for the cold weather, it's got fur. This one comes with extra fur. I paid for that option. Where's the White Lodge? Did I miss that? I rode right by it. Even though I was looking for it, I rode right by it. Because I'm a dope. Hi, Torley. I get a dagger. That's a really fucking good dagger. Yeah, it's an improvement. Lots of stats. And I got a rug, too, so... less impressed about the rug, frankly. Well, now we're back to Dagger. Burning bright. And look, I mean, we got 3 more goddamn rugs. These guys, they love to give away rugs. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like a rug. Rugs are nice. Let's see if there's anything else shaking around here in town. I would do some crafting, except watching someone craft in this game is monumentally boring. Crafting itself is not like super interesting, but watching it really bored. White stained glass shell. Okay, so this is for the Beaster extravaganza, which apparently is still going on. It isn't just an Easter Day thing. That is what, a pet? A pekin. A pekin's a chicken, isn't it? I think. Amethyst lumpwalkie plushie. Plushie's going to the housing. Different kinds of Beaster eggs. So I think I've found several of them at least. Lots of plushies. Pekins are, I think, are a type of chicken. A hare. Floor of your house, and you can get grass tiles. Lots of different kinds of Beaster eggs. Hair. Cephei robe clothing crate. Lots and lots of different kinds of pets and housing items. Well, I'm not above picking up a bunch of stuff off the ground. Well, I proved to myself while I was at the store today that I wouldn't bend over to pick up a penny, and that has now just led me to think, because I'm picking things up off the ground, what is the least denomination of currency that it would take for me to bend over and pick it up? Boy, has that changed from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I had to bend over to pick up a penny. I am really, really old.
Good day to you.
Okay, he's got bounties. And this person's got a quest in here. Several quests. Got lots of quests. What are those? Oh, mercenaries. Mercenaries are like your companion in Star Wars The Old Republic. Change of citizenship. That's if I wanted to change. Maybe tell me more. I can change it to Kinos or Calethin. Calethin is the fairy city. And Kinos. I always really liked the name Kinos for the sort of good guy capital city. Until someone pointed out that Kinos is just Sony EQ spelled backwards. And then I felt dumb, because I never noticed it myself. It was a name I liked, and I didn't question it. Maybe I should have. So those are the quests there. Got it. Still feel kind of dumb about it. Somehow I don't think I'm making a whole lot of progress, as I'm mostly getting ones I've already got. Maybe you have to go to other cities to get the other collectible glass shells? Probably. Well, at least I'll be able to sell them. No, I won't. Yeah, it can be sold to certain NPCs for status. Status isn't bad. let's go ahead and head to the Butcher Block Bay. Butcher Block Mountains. I told you it was something with a B, mountains, that it might be broke. I didn't figure it was Brokeback Mountain, but it sounded like it. So Butcher Block does sound an awful lot like Brokeback, if you're not really paying attention. How is my food and water situation? I am low. 30 minutes of each. I will have to buy some food. Well, some drink at least. I have some food. I don't think any of the stuff I have counts as drink. I think that is food and food. I am correct. I also need to buy poison, as I'm out of poison. Technically, it would be venom. Poison is ingested. I mean, more, it's a toxin. But basically the same kind of deal, you know? He's got something for me. He's got a quest he wants done. A forged blade. That would also be good. I would use that as my main hand, and then the dagger would act as a main gauche. For those of you who are familiar with rapier and main gauche fighting, I'm left-handed. I would also get some ham and beans. I must collect Halassian beans. Those up in town? I'm going to assume those are up in town. They don't appear to be down here, so they must be up in town. Now, if you want to see a spectacularly awesome movie, and I am not being ironic or sarcastic, featuring Rapier Mengoche fighting, also having some of the best adventure and fight scenes and humor, there was 2 movies made. Technically, it was they thought they were making one movie, but they shot 2 movies at the same time, and they actually, Hollywood changed the rules about things like that. The 1974 version, I think, of the 3 Musketeers, and then the 4 Musketeers with Oliver Reed, Michael York, Charlton Heston, Raquel Welch, Faye Dunaway. Those 2 movies are spectacularly good. I cannot recommend them enough. The 3 and 4 Musketeers from the 70s, directed by Richard Lester, they are incredible. Frost-stunted garden. Well, where the heck are the things I need? A handful of Halassian beans. I must kill Bentor the Mighty for Barker's meal. And where is Bentor the Mighty? Over there. Also in town, evidently. They're not going to mind that I'm going to murder their pig, are they? Seriously, though, if you can track down the 3 and 4 Musketeers, unbelievably good. Written by George MacDonald Fraser, the same guy who wrote the Flashman books, which are a series of adventure books. Great action, great humor, just an unreal production. All right, Bentor the Mighty. I'm sorry, Bentor. You're not going to like this. But pork and beans must come first, bro. I got some swine meat. Nobody's going to mind that I murdered their pig, their enormous prize-winning pig, right? Right? Every once in a while on Reddit, someone will bring up one of the different movie versions of The Three Musketeers. Most of the time, it's the one with Oliver Platt and Charlie Sheen and Kiefer Sutherland. And talk about how great it is. And it was okay. Oliver Platt was terrific in it. But there'll always be like one or two people talking about, no. The 1974, I think. Richard Lester version with Oliver Reed, Michael York, Richard Chamberlain. I will grab some pork and beans. And a new sword. We will equip that. And then we'll move the better dagger to the offhand so that we may continue to carve up our enemies into delicious chunks and perhaps make them into pork and beans. If we end up, fighting any pigs. Okay, that's probably not that likely. No bell there. Do I fly? Perhaps I fly.
Hail!
I would like to travel. I can't travel there. I should speak to Belinda McClellan. Okay. Over here, then? Is there the bell over here? Here into the crystal, I have no idea what's going to happen. You see an icy vision. There appears to be no way to reach it. Okay. That's fine by me. Oh, there's the bell. Voyage through Norath. Butcher block, levels 20 to 35. I'm off. Rather badly off. And now, here we are at the Butcher Block Mountains. All these quests, people happy to see us, sorta. Will there be work for me here? See if we can't sell some of this crap. Keep the ham and beans, obviously. I mean, freaking ham and beans. Sales. To whom do I sell crap? Yep, I remember it. Okay, it's not by. The buyback is not kept track of by vendor. It's kept track of globally. I don't work here. Shades gloves. Sell. Shades tunic. Sell. Swine meat. Okay. This one apparently has no value for trade, so I will dispose of it. Let's see. What was I looking for? I was looking for something. Now I've forgotten what it was. My brain has seized up on me again, guys. Vendor for... he is the trader. Yep. He just has rotten mountain fruit. This fruit is rotten. You do not want to buy it. This fruit is rotten. There's nothing useful you can do with it. My brain is telling me that there might be a quest at some point where you buy it and throw it at someone or something, but I'm not sure about that at all. There's a broker. Marcy's Trading Company. I'm looking for a place where I can buy food or food and water. It's the Adorning. Historian, merchant, tinkering, banker. Really? Nobody here sells food and water of any kind? That's... Mender, Faye Taylor. No, broker's got nothing. Norathian Express. When it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. Dorning. Search the shelf. I'm just curious. I received the prophetic mystery. Okay. Offers a quest. Lore and Legend Kobold. Sure, I'll accept the quest. And then immediately stop tracking it. But I just need some food and water. Nobody has any? Really? Seriously, guys? Nobody has any?
Well met.
Thank you. Huh. I guess I have to go back because I need food and water. If you don't get food and water, I believe your like health regen and your mana regen are equivalent. I'm not sure if they stop or if they just go way down. Health regen and power regen. Yep. Hey, I remembered. Well, let's go to... I want to go to Kinos. No, I should probably go to New Hallis simply because I can find it. It's a smaller area. Kinos is a really big city. And so I would get lost. And, you know, would ride around for an hour and maybe not find what I'm looking for. At least in New Hallis, I can find it relatively quickly. Now, you can make your own through crafting, but I'd rather not do crafting on stream because it's a really boring watch. Because I have to pay attention to it because I have to press buttons at specific times in the process. Maybe in the crafting area? Let's see. I can make coffee. Because I've got food. Like 3 different kinds of food. Each of which is good for an hour. So, I mean, that's 15 hours. Coffee is... I'm not sure how long it's good for. We need coffee and kindling and liquid we buy from the vendor. I've got coffee. The other thing I could make is Jum Jum cider. Let's see which I've got more of. Yeah, I'll just make coffee. Coffee. I've got coffee. And we'll grab the jums too, just in case. And you can see how the crafting works. Basically, most of the time for simple stuff, you can kind of just walk away. But for anything you want to actually keep an eye on the quality of, you have to be attentive and press buttons to counter problems that may occur. Yeah, we'll just need liquid and kindling. Let's say 6 of each. And aerated mineral water is fine. And kindling. It's like, wow, basic kindling. Was it basic kindling? Yeah, basic kindling. High quantity, 6. So we step over here. So you make progress across here with the blue. While when you fail things, the green here will go down. And sometimes an icon will appear here. You need to press the associated icon down here. Like that. And so I press the associated icon. Either one of these will do. They have slightly different varying effects on the outcome. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get the blue progress bar. That's the first bar, this one. This part right here is the second bar. This part right here is the third bar. And this part right here is the fourth bar. So these are just a display of this blue bar and green bar here. You want to get the blue bar all the way to the end before the green bar goes down. This is durability, and this is the state bar, basically progress. So I made 2. I just made 2 Jum ciders. And at its base, I could walk away, and this is almost certainly going to finish successfully, but it'll finish faster if I press that button, the 3 button in particular, as that gives us more progress and counter any of the problems that show up. Countering problems will give you more progress. You can have disasters where you'll lose a lot of a green bar. You can have great successes where you get it back. But this is the most basic tier of crafting, and it's hard to fail. It would be nice if it allowed you to do more than one at a time. It doesn't. So I should come out of this with 12 Jum ciders, which will be fine. Between them and the food I made, everything will be fine. We're good to go for 15 hours or something like that. That's the basics of crafting. It's not obvious at all. The UI is a little bit strange. But you would want to read all of the information here to show you what the effects are, the specific effects. For instance, here, it increases the amount of durability gained by 9. By default, I think you lose 10 durability per crafting tick, and this gets you back 9 of the 10. So that really slows down the durability loss. This one, for instance, increases progress by 6, but increases the amount of durability gained by 9, so that one might actually be better. Oh, decreases progress. So in this case, you would make less progress, but would have the exact same effect. So I'm not sure why you would do that instead of this one by default. And this one decreases the success chance by 9% and increases the amount of durability gained. And then these all basically have slightly different tweaks to the numbers. Yeah. Used to be, I don't think it's the case anymore. Used to be, you could also take damage from mistakes and stuff that happened, and people could die while crafting, which I got to admit kind of appeals. Yeah, I think so too. I understand why they got rid of it. It's the kind of thing that would really annoy players. But then a lot of times they'll put in a cool or interesting system that players find annoying. As an example, there are only 2 games, to my mind, that have ever made a successful player-run economy. And those 2 games are Star Wars Galaxies and EVE Online. And the reason is, in addition to all of the faucets that bring money and stuff into the game, they actually have not enough maybe, but a lot of drains. In EVE Online, when your ship blows up, you lose your ship. So there's always a market for new ships, because ships are always blowing up. In Star Wars Galaxies, items wear out. Even the best made item will, if you use it often enough, it will wear out, and you have to get a new item. And that means there's always a market for new items. But a lot of players cannot stand durability in a game. And if you don't put durability in a game, you will never have a successful player-run economy. It just will not happen. It cannot happen because there aren't enough drains. There are too many faucets and not enough drains. And so they won't design durability into games anymore because players don't like it. Well, the players are lazy. I'd rather have a functioning economy because I played Star Wars Galaxy and I know how much fun that can be. I think this is the last one. Well, I understand that, you know, they don't want to piss off the player base. But a functioning economy, once you've worked in it, lived in it, whether it's EVE Online or Star Wars Galaxies, you notice all of the knock-on effects that become available that improve the game. I may actually fail that one. Nope, got it in just in time. That's 12 Jum Jum Ciders. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to replace the water with Jum Jum Ciders and, well, ham and beans, I mean, come on. And the bread with ham and beans. You can do a grind well in a game, and you can do it badly. If the reward is worth it and the grind isn't too mind-destroying, too soul-destroying, it can be a good thing. Did I not have something? I'll just throw away the water and the bread, because I have real food and drink now. I have Jum Jum Cider and pork and beans. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, if like I said, if the grind isn't just too soul destroying, and the reward at the end is worth it, it always will feel like it's been rewarding. It was worth doing. These will go into harvesting storage. So yeah, I agree. It can certainly be worthwhile. And I've played Star Wars Galaxies and done the mother of all grinds, the holo grind. If you're not familiar with it, there was a method eventually disclosed by the team that was running the game to unlock the force-sensitive slot that would allow you to create a Jedi. What you had to do was you had to find or buy a holocron, Jedi holocron or a Sith holocron. I think either one would work. And you had to activate it, and it would tell you one of the 36, 38 professions in the game you had to master. And when you finished the first, you'd have to master a second, and either the third one you tried, third holocron you activated went silent, or the fourth one did, which meant that you got all the hints you were going to get, and you'd have to find the missing mastery by randomly doing them all. And there were like 36 or 38, something like that, different skill mastery trees in the game. And I went through like 26 or 28 of them before I was burned out of the game and walked away. But it meant grinding almost every profession in the game. Now, it wasn't a complete negative, even for me. Butcher block. My first holocron said Carbineer, so I had to master the carbine. The second one was bioengineer, and I was really pissed. I wanted nothing to do with bioengineer. Turned out that bioengineer was the most fun I've ever had in an MMO. The most fun and rewarding, once you grind through it, gameplay I'd ever had in any MMO ever. And I never would have found out about it and play. Well, what it was is one of the professions in the game was creature handler. Basically, it was a pet class. And what a bioengineer could do, two things. The one that wasn't very interesting to me was they could make supplements that would be used by other crafters to make things like better healing potions and stuff like that. The other thing they could do is they could build a pet. You could take DNA samples from creatures, and from the littlest thing. Today, Star Wars Galaxies. You could take DNA samples from anything from the smallest creature up to the berserkest, hugest, most rabid rancor in the galaxy. And you could take those, and there was a process for mixing and matching them to get the statistics and the special abilities on pets. If you knew what you were doing, you could design incredible pets to design. It was a blast. The sampling was very interesting, sometimes lethal to get the samples. And then the science of putting it together was a real fun, where you had to learn by doing. There weren't really any good guides. And so you had to do the experimenting. You had to experiment with stuff to figure it out. And it was a blast for me. And I made an enormous amount of money in-game by designing to order, being able to fulfill someone's specific design of what they wanted. There was a PvPer who wanted 3 specific pets. There was a type of monster in the game called a Narglatch. And he wanted 3 Narglatches, and you could only total a total of 70 combat levels on your critters. So he wanted them as a 23, a 23, and a 24 levels to add up to 70, which was the max. And he wanted 6 different special attacks scattered amongst the 3 of them. And those were 6 specific ones. And so I had to do samples to get those, and I had to learn how to make sure that they applied in the right slots and everything. It was an enormous amount of work, but it was really fulfilling when you finished it successfully. Depends on the grind. It can absolutely be torturous. But if it's interesting enough and rewarding enough, it can actually really fulfill a spot, because sometimes you just want to do an activity. You want to play the game. You don't really want to pay 100% attention. And so a grind like that can be very useful to have. For me, for example, in Guild Wars 2, I'll just do some open world content. As that's low impact, it's not no attention. I have to play, but it doesn't require me to be completely involved. But a straight out grind, killing just mob after mob after mob after mob after mob, or clicking on things, 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's soul destroying.
Well met.
Well met. I would read all this, but yeah.
Greetings.
Greetings. They have to be appropriate. They have to be worth the grind.
Well met.
Because otherwise, I mean, that's how you sour on a game. And that was what happened to me with Star Wars Galaxies. Now, I will note also, if anything in Star Wars Galaxies sounded interested, there are basically 3 different kinds of flavors of Star Wars Galaxies private servers out there. And I have played on all 3. And they all have their strong points and their weak points. But it's a long gone game that isn't entirely gone. I need to talk to them.
Hello.
Hello. I feel a sneeze. The sneeze is wandering around in my sinuses. It's coming. It's coming. Are you gonna? You're just gonna sit there? You're gonna sit right on, like dancing around, right on the edge of my nostrils. And as he's decided to go for a walk, he's hiding now. The sneeze. He's shy. He's a shy sneeze. Well, I mean, it entirely is going to depend on what you're doing and the mindset you're in. It's certainly an enormous amount of grinding activities I find tedious in the extreme. But as a counter argument, Korean gaming culture is very different from Western gaming culture, and they embrace the grind. They play for the grind, which is why historically a lot of the Korean games are, by Western gaming culture measure, extraordinarily grindy. Whatever it is about their gaming culture, they really, really like that. And if it's balanced okay, it can work here in the West. If it's not, however, you'll see the standard things that people will say about a lot of the Korean gaming. That it's boring, grindy, and why would anyone want to play this? It doesn't appeal to me, generally speaking, but it does to others. Okay, I need to complete all the Iron Toe dwarf tasks, so they'll agree to help Raghunatha. Okay, and Rust Fiends. I need to kill Rust Fiends, Basilisks, and Aqua Goblin runts. Aqua Goblin runts. Really? Do we want to call them runts? That just seems speciesist. And we've got one more quest to grab here. We have lots and lots of quests. Schmitty McErickson. Is he like missing his shoes or something? I can't remember. There's something about him and shoes, I think. Yeah, I think he wants shoes. Okay, first things first. Coastal Basilisk. And then a Rust Fiend. Rust monsters. The terror of D&D players everywhere. A reptile scale. Ah, okay, these These three, you can tell if you click on one and select, it selects all three. That means if I attack one, they will all attack me, which I'm fine with because I've got to kill a bunch. One down. Two down. Yeah. I have been playing it a fair amount. The league mechanic is awful. The state of the game itself is okay. For me personally, I think that the change they made a bunch of leagues back, 4 or 5 leagues back, where they jacked up the power on a lot of the rare mobs to the point where they are harder to kill than any of the bosses or named mobs. I think that was a terrible design choice. And so I find that still continues to get in the way of a good deal of my entertainment value from it. So I can never see myself doing what I had done in the past. I have played as many as a dozen characters in a league. Now, granted, I don't play them, deep into red maps or anything, but played a dozen characters into maps. More commonly, I would do 4 to 6 every league for years, for maybe a dozen leagues. Only weapons. The weapons can have skill trees, and they're incredibly random. And as it tends to be the case. One sec. I need 2 more basilisks. We'll take on 3. As it tends to be the case, the individual sort of perks on, let's call it the spec tree. Some of them are quite good. A fair number of them will have both good and bad. And unfortunately, as is often the case with GGG, the ones that have both good and bad, the bad often outweighs the good, and it can even sometimes brick a weapon to the point where you have to scrub it off. You have to scrub the whole thing off. And once you get a good weapon with a decent tree, skill tree on it, you're done with the league mechanic. Also, the league mechanic was way overtuned. They fixed that today. They turned down the difficulty on the mobs. They don't hit as hard. They have less life. But the mobs that come out of the league mechanic also don't drop any loot. So realistically, a lot of people, and that includes me, I'm not playing the league mechanic anymore. It just gets in the way. I need something from sea slugs. I don't remember what it was, but I need something from sea slugs. So we will close in on a sea slug, and we will kill it, and we'll get up so we don't suffocate. I found a sea slug antenna. Apparently that's what I was looking for. A vial of mucus. I won the lottery. This is the first league that I haven't, that I've chosen not to stream at launch. I think, since I started streaming. But But frankly, the last few leagues have been really not entertaining for me. I've reached... This is actually the most I've played a league in 4 or 5. Yeah, my understanding is the Orobots are still a thing, but only really at the bleeding edge of the highest power characters playing in groups to power through stuff and gain ridiculous loot. Outside of that, I mean, they're still strong. And too often it seems like they make changes where they're trying to fix a problem that is only a problem with a very small number of players, where most players, it's not anything they ever... Whoops, I better get up before I drown. It's not something they ever really even think about. Oh, that's the one I need. You know, running an Orobot. Oh dear me. Okay, I've got multiple friends. So yeah, they tend to overcorrect for problems. If there's something's a problem, they tend to annihilate it. Rather than just try to fix a problem with a moderate change in a game system, they fall back to space and nuke it from orbit. Got another Rust Fiend. And they also seem to be emphasizing, putting a strange emphasis on making the game harder. I need to kill one more Rust Fiend. And a Terra Trotter, not to be confused with Tetrodotox. So I have a number of quibbles, let's be generous, with the development team, the development path, the vision that they constantly talk about in PoE. I think sometimes they are out of their freaking minds. For me, the best example of the out of their mindsness was, I think, 5 leagues ago. They said, you know, we're going to be increasing the difficulty and the life totals of every act in the game. We're going to start at Act 1. I believe the number was 48% more life. Now, this is in a game that is famously hostile to new players. What do? They made it more hostile to new players. And they made the veteran players take much longer to go through, take longer to go through the beginning of the story, beginning of the game, when that's the part of the game they hate most. So they made it worse for new players in a game that's already famously horrible for new players, and they made it worse for veterans. Why? And having done so, the next league they said, yeah, we're not going to finish the process of making things harder. So they only made like Act 1 harder. Did I not, does I need one more Rust Fiend? I need 4 more Rust Fiend saliva glands. Okay. That makes sense. They have rusty saliva. So they are a batch of devs that I don't understand. But then, you know, they had the largest concurrent users on Friday that they've ever seen on Steam. Yeah, they're a New Zealand dev team. I can understand why you would miss them, but they had some issues. Some of the individual masters in particular had issues. Granted, they've been out of the game for so long. I can't remember, except for the one master where you had to like keep a guy alive for a certain length of time or something. I don't even remember what the hell it was. They've been gone so long, I've forgotten the whole thing. Blotted it from my memory. It will be really interesting to see what we get with PoE 2. That's all the slug antennae I need. That's good. An anemone. An anemone. A wandering anemone. All right, one anemone, and then I say it as a joke, and now I can't say it right anymore. I have functionally earwormed myself. Anemone. Oh, all right. Big old turtle. Or, yeah, turtle. Turtle, I think. That's superb. God damn it. Tetratrotter. No, but even with all the complaints that I have about the game, and that a lot of other people have about the game, can't argue with success. They had their largest concurrent Steam audience they've ever had. So, even though people constantly complain, I'm certainly one of them. I am back playing it. The core game is just really good and satisfying. And some of the various bits and pieces they've tacked on over the years are terrific. But boy, when they screw up really well. Yes, it is. And people, will usually complain anytime there is talk of a cull, of trimming down the number of skills in any of these games. But the honest fact is, some of them kind of could use it. It is a lot of buttons. And a lot of them are on fairly long cooldowns. 30-second cooldown, for instance, is pretty long. So to make it feel more interactive, they throw more buttons at you. And that was pretty common in the past. I need what? Anemones? I need like 3 more needles from anemones. So what we'll do is we'll just swim and keep tabbing. Thought I saw an anemone. No. If I did. Oh, there we go. A wandering anemone. I will throw a knife. That's something else I need. I need to get poisoned. Note to self, get poisoned. One of my class things is poison. I might be well served by having more of it. Yeah, well, it depends. At low levels in EverQuest 2, it feels like you're hitting 2 buttons and then waiting 25 seconds. And that does not make for exceptionally fascinating gameplay. I need one more anemone. It's not terrible, but sometimes it feels kind of bad. On the other hand, now it feels like, okay, I have to press all my buttons to be effective. I've collected the various animal parts for Schmitty.
Hello?
I should give Schmitty a few minutes to make the sandals. He's going to make me some sandals. Evidently. A wandering anemone. Yeah. What to my wandering anemone should appear? Greetings! Let's see. Reptile scale. A couple of vials of mucus. I am a lucky man. Accumulation of plasma and a mucus-encrusted tendril. I know how to live. Wow, the mucus-encrusted tendrils worth 10 silver, almost 11. That's a valuable tendril. That is advanced sage. 13 silver. I'm rich! Alright, what other quests do we have while he's fixing our stuff? Tide Sylph Ritualists. Aqua goblins. Aqua goblin runts. I'm off to kill some runts. That kind of makes me sound a little bit like a bully. Pardon the yawn. Wow. Such a rough day. I went grocery shopping. That was the hardest thing I did all day. Grocery shopping. That was pretty much the only thing I did all day. And yet I'm exhausted. Oh, so much effort and work. Aqua goblins. Pardon me, sir. Sir? Oh, we've got an extra friend. Got two of them now. So we'll use our A. Do damage to both of them at the same time because technology. Okay, runt. That's kind of rude. They're doing a pretty fair amount of damage to me, actually. I might even describe it as an unfair amount of damage to me. Not so runty after all, I guess. And the two of them, they got me down over 40%. Yeah, it's certainly a little disappointing when you compare it to even the vanilla version of WoW when it came out. They tried for a more realistic look than WoW did, and kind of ended up looking more cartoony than WoW. But then I've played enough old school games where I'm kind of used to it. Latro, character models are pretty dated. The architectural stuff is pretty good. I never played the first one, no. I had friends who played it extensively. For whatever reason, I just never did. I played Ultima Online when it came out, and it didn't grab me at all. I played for 1 month and haven't been back. The first MMO I played that worked for me, that grabbed me, was Anarchy Online. And then the one that really sunk its hooks in good was Star Wars Galaxies. That was the one that turned me into an MMO player. I kicked many elites. Although it was a long time before I knew what that joke was about. I'll get my main, the elite would say. I didn't know why that was supposed to be funny, what it meant. I had to figure out all of the MMO abbreviations because I didn't know them. BRB. I thought it stood for bathroom break. Be right back never occurred to me. AFK I figured out. Or already knew. Yeah, it certainly was functional enough. It covered the same ground. That's another level. I'm now level 23. How many Aqua Goblin runs? I've got 5 ears. Apparently they only have 1 ear each. Really? Why not just say kill 8 Aqua Goblin runts for their ears, and then have you get 2 off each? Or why not 16 ears and you get 2 from each? I never did any PvP back in the proverbial day for Diablo. But I do remember hearing about it from a friend of mine who was big into it at the time. I played a lot of D2, but I played the solo version. I played a lot of D1. One more ear. Or maybe he only wants the left ear. The left ear are the tasty ones. Oh, we've got a respawn. He's over there by himself. Let's go keep him company, huh? The left ear is better for using as like a spoon, a makeshift spoon. Some weird religious affectation, perhaps. I'm not sure. I even had a PlayStation 1. But I have dabbled in the various flavors of consoles over the years. There are some I never played, and others I bought and played a lot. I played a shitload of my Genesis. Sega Genesis was one I played a lot. But if any game was available for the PC, I was going to get it on the PC. Or the Mac. Or the Apple II. Apple II Plus was my first computer. Purchased in like 79? Something like that. And I bought it to play games exclusively. Later on, it would turn out to be useful in getting my computer science degree. But that wasn't why I bought it. I bought it to play games. Hi, Schmitty. Hello. Hello. These are better than what I'm currently wearing. Keen Bandit's chain shoes. Gotta wear them. They're better. There you go. 1998, there was a PlayStation version. Need to slay Tide Self Ritualist. I need to speak with Dockmaster Wowlin and return the ears to guard Darwin. Darwin.
Well met.
Well met. That's an improvement. I need to yoink off the Scout's wristlet. Oh, those are the rings. Scout's wristlet. No shortage of slots to fill on your paper doll here in EverQuest 2. Hat, shoulders, chest, wrists, gloves, body, boots, or I guess pants, boots, back, a couple of charms, earrings, neck, rings, wrists, and belt. 2 weapon slots, food and drink, and a bandolier for holding my throwing knives, and an ammo bag for holding my knives that I throw. Hello! This is not as good as the 2 weapons I already have, sadly. I need to deliver the sack of coins to Captain Stanaki. Next pier over.
Well met.
Yar, and after I asked if he wanted to kiss the captain's daughter, he closed his eyes and puckered up. Well, naturally, I let the cat out of the bag then. High Master High Pebble wanted me to give you this sack of coin. I believe it's for the week's pay for your crew. Bosun Oxeye, is that you? We be needing to prepare the terror of Timorous for launch. If and we ever hope to catch that scurvy dog. Gather the other lads. Tell them we be fixing to weigh anchor handsomely. Who? I'm not Bosun Oxeye. You must have me confused with somebody else. You keep talking like that and we'll meet the rope's end. Me togi bacco. Now I need you to gather up the crew and deliver their next orders. As soon as the ship's been given a clean bill of health, I want 'em on board and working smartly. Do that, you'll get your work's pay here. Hey, of course, Captain. What are your orders? Welcome to Len's Impromptu Theater. I am, as you can tell, a master with the accents.
Well met.
Wow, they're blabby. Or am I repeating myself? I am. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Well, it helps if you actually read the thing and you give the right orders to the right person, but that sounds like work. Why read the orders? You can just click stuff. You know what I mean? And you notice here, there doesn't appear to be anybody. That's because they are up above.
Hail!
Hail! I've spoken with Captain Stanaki's crew. I'll go with Stanaki. Thank you. Yes. I have a really good horse impersonation. I also have a genuinely terrifying impersonation. which I will share with you. It is my baby crying impersonation. The baby starts off happy, but it's a baby, so its state is quantum in nature, and it changes almost instantly. A little bit of facial effects going on here, too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
There are those who hold the opinion that the reason I can do that is because at some point I ate a baby. I can neither confirm nor deny the truth of this. I once was a baby. I've been told. I don't remember it.
You?
A weighted katana. Again, not as good as what I'm already using. Thank you, Doc Master. And now, like is so often the case, we now turn around and sell the thing we just got. You keep... That's not for sale. That one's not for sale. That one's not for sale yet, either. Actually, it might be. Beatdown. Don't show me the for sales, the not for sale stuff. Beatdown, only usable by a bruiser. I am not a bruiser. I will sell. I got a Jambia, which is not Jambalaya, as far as I can tell. That's less good. We sell that. The spider puffs are not for sale. And the prophetic mystery is not for sale. There we go. Excellent. I think this is a good place for me to call it an evening. Take a break right here. I'm going to return to town for just long enough to drop off stuff in my house, and then I'll call it an evening. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, give or take. Knock on wood. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I perform the stream. You guys make the stream. Probably going to be playing more Guild Wars. I'm so used to saying Guild Wars 2. More EQ2. Not Guild Wars 2. EQ2. But who knows? I changed my mind. My brain in my skull is like a BB in a coconut. It bounces around pretty randomly. And where it ends up, sometimes it surprises even me. But my expectation is more EQ2. If you have not seen the EverQuest housing, it is a really, really nice game system. EverQuest 2 and Star Wars Galaxies are very similar housing systems, as you would expect from the same design team. And the other two with great housing are Rift and the late lamented Wildstar. Now, there are people working on an emulator for Wildstar, and they do have the housing part of it working. But as far as I know, that's about it right now. They're still starting to sort of work on. We've got a round rug. And a rectangular rug. A rug-shaped rug. A nice rug by the front. door that everyone can make filthy with their boots. There are people who have no interest, zero interest in housing. But the people who like it, it has enormous stickiness. It really does. And I'm one who likes it too. All right, we got all that taken care of. Yes, sirree, we do. Okay. So I'm going to call it here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. It does matter. I hope you had some fun. I should be back tomorrow. Like I said, at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Monday night goes great. And as always, because I like to set an achievable goal, I hope the rest of your week doesn't suck. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care and ciao for now. Good night, guys.